Finding and fixing mistakes on the bank reconciliation starts with the Reconciliation Discrepancy Report. This is a special report that will show any change to the cleared balance. Well, how and why do we use this report? Well, how do you know when there has been a change to the cleared balance? The beginning balance does not match the bank statement in the first window. For example, when I click Banking Reconcile, I can see the date that it was last reconciled on, and I can see what the beginning balance is supposed to be. This beginning balance must be the same as the beginning balance from the bank statement. For example, if it was last reconciled at the end of February, QuickBooks assumes that we're reconciling at the end of March, and QuickBooks will automatically put the statement date at the end of March. You would have to adjust it for the actual cutoff date of the statement. However, the beginning balance must match the beginning balance of the bank statement. What if my beginning balance does not match? Well, that means that between the last bank reconciliation and now, someone changed something and it affected the cleared balance. Please note, you cannot continue with bank reconciliation until you fix the beginning balance. Let's unclear a check and see what happens and see what the report looks like. Let's choose check number 24, dated February 16th. The register window is where you can clear and unclear transactions without going to the bank reconciliation window. From the main menu, we click Banking, Use Register, and of course we choose our cash and bank. Here is the register window. When we scroll up, we can see this column here has a check mark for any deposit or check that has been cleared during the bank reconciliation process. When we scroll all the way up to check number 16, February 16, which is check number 24, we see a check to Staples for supplies for $685. The check mark indicates that it has been cleared. We can click on it and we get a warning that if we unclear this transaction, it might adversely affect the reconciled balance of the account. And you could read this warning a little bit more slowly if you pause the video or you do it yourself. We will click yes to see what happens. Be careful. If you only double click once, it becomes a star. You have to click on it again to completely remove the cleared status from this check. When we click record, click yes. Now, if we click Banking Reconcile, you can see the beginning balance has changed. And it's not because we added, deleted, or changed the transaction. It's because we uncleared something that has been indicated as cleared. The cleared beginning balance is now wrong. But we don't know why until we open our Reconciliation Discrepancy Report. From the main menu, click Reports, Banking, Reconciliation Discrepancy. Click OK for cash and bank. And we notice check number 24, dated February 16th, has been uncleared. If we go back and clear it, the beginning balance will correct itself. Banking, Use Register, click OK. Find check number 24, which was on February 16th, and we can double click in the margin, click yes for the warning. Remember, the star only puts it as cleared in the reconciliation window. Checking it off, making sure the check mark goes there, makes it actually cleared. Okay, so the check mark is there and we click record, save the change. Now, when we come back to the report, you can see there is no more discrepancy. And when we click Banking, Reconcile, you can see the beginning balance has come back to what it was before. Now let's delete a check and see what happens. Check number 21 dated February 10th to UPS for $98.98. Let's find this check and delete it and see what happens on the report. We can always look at the register. Check number 21 to UPS for delivery expense $98.98. Once again, we learned right-click on the transaction you want to delete and then click Delete Check. Click OK. Now, when we open the previous reconciliation discrepancy report, we see that this check has been deleted. That would explain why when we click Banking Reconcile, the beginning balance is now different. What do we need to do? Well, we have to re-enter the check, and then we also have to mark it off as cleared. Of course, we are going to re-enter the check that has been accidentally deleted. However, you must also clear the check in order to correct the beginning balance. So, we have to re-enter the February 10th check, which was, I believe that was check number, no, it was this one. It was check number 21 dated February 10 for $98 to UPS. So check number 21 to UPS for delivery expense $98.98. Now, when we click record, it was supposed to be check number 21. When we click record, we did not clear it. So if we click Banking Reconcile, we still have the wrong number. We go back to the register, and now we will indicate it as cleared. Then we record the change to make sure QuickBooks knows that it has cleared status. Now, when we click Banking Reconcile, it does not look like we have corrected the problem. Please note, after you re-enter a check and you clear it, there's something else you should know. Sometimes when you fix the cleared balance, you will not see it in the first window. You need to go to the second window to see the fixed cleared balance. So you can see the beginning balance is still wrong, even though we re-entered the check and we cleared it. But when we click Continue, you can see, let's make this a little bit bigger. You can see here in the bottom right, the cleared balance is now correct. The cleared balance that shows up in the second window indicates that the cleared balance is correct. And you should also notice that the check here in gray is already marked off as cleared, because not only did we re-enter it, but we also told QuickBooks it had cleared a previous month. So we simply leave the check mark here when we continue and do our March reconciliation. As long as we begin with this number in the second window equaling the original beginning balance.